Chaos erupts in an Ohio courtroom.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe this was happening right in front of me.
It's November 16th, 2006. Warren, Ohio, a small town 2 hours northeast of Columbus. 24-year-old Jason Howard's about to be charged with aggravated murder for killing a man and shooting at 2 others. But it's the family of the victim in another murder case that suddenly charges into the courtroom in a raw and emotional outburst. 5 months earlier, Howard's ex-girlfriend, Jamila West, and her 3 children are found dead in their Columbus home. Howard is not charged with the crime, but the West family believes he is responsible.
This was very unique. I've been in courtrooms where somebody in the back of the courtroom would jump up and start screaming for a few seconds, but nothing quite like this.
Nick Rich and reporter Peggy Sinkovich cover the Trumbull County Court. They arrive early for the hearing, hoping to talk to Jason Howard.
He was here in Warren, Ohio on a murder charge, but police in Columbus were also looking at him on a murder charge there with his girlfriend and children who are from this area. So it was a pretty big case.
Sinkovich interviews the suspect, who says he's innocent in the murder of Jamila West and her children.
I mean, I was a protector and a provider for my family, but I wasn't there to protect them and die with them. And I wish I was. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd rather be dead right now.
We finished the interview. Nick turns his camera off. I'm real happy and texting my news director, I got a good story. And 2 seconds later, those doors open up and this huge brawl breaks out.
Jamila West's brother, Lewis, reaches across the divider and punches Howard repeatedly. Handcuffed and chained around the waist, he is completely vulnerable and can't defend himself.
I thought, I better do something, so I grabbed the chains that he had and pulled him back.
The deputy slams Lewis West against the wall, trying to get the situation under control. Suddenly, Jamila West's cousin bolts in and hurdles the railing and belts Howard.
It seemed like it was going on forever, and I was like, is anybody coming in?
A deputy is not far behind and is able to restrain the cousin. Jim Lewis is Howard's attorney.
And I tried to pick up a chair to distract him so he wouldn't punch him, and then maybe the deputy could grab a hold of him.
Sit down right now!
Absolute chaos. Nobody was going to listen to anybody. It took brute force to get control of what was going on.
When it's over, Jason Howard slouches in a jury seat, speechless. The brother and cousin of Jamila West are arrested and later convicted of misdemeanor assault. Jamila's mother is convicted of inciting violence. They are all given fines of up to $1,000 and up to 2 years probation. After family members are escorted out, prosecutor Chris Becker, who's running late, enters the courtroom. The mood is still tense.
There was still hearts beating and blood racing, and your emotions are really running high at that point. I felt a little uneasy coming into the courtroom.
For reporter Peggy Sinkovich, it's not quite the story she expected to file for the 5 o'clock news.
Here I thought I had a good story, and I ended up with a great story.
Despite the violent fight, no one, not even Jason Howard, is seriously injured. Howard's hearing is rescheduled. He's later convicted of aggravated murder, attempted murder, and aggravated kidnapping. He receives a life sentence with a chance of parole after 44 years.
I think the acts that he's done and what he's in prison for are despicable, and he's obviously serving, hopefully, the rest of his life in prison. He certainly was entitled to the rights and benefits that any defendant's entitled to, including being protected here in the courtroom.
Howard hasn't been charged for the murder of Jamila West and her 3 children. In fact, no one has. The case is still open, and Howard remains the only person of interest.